Hi, my name's Alex Copeland and I work with Richard Fairbairn and the Online Success Model, and this is video number 3 in our series on Pinterest. This video, we're going to go over why quality is key. Now if you go and look at Pinterest and go through all the different pins, you'll notice that the best ones are very high quality and have a good call to action. Now don't worry if you don't know what call to action means yet, we will go through that later on. But if you look, you will always notice that they look a certain way. And there's several ways you can make this happen for yourself. So let's go through the different options. You could go the do-it-yourself route. This means you could learn to take photos, you could get all the equipment, the cameras, the lights, the setup, and you could make sure you've got the quality images you want. Now there are plenty of courses on how to do camera work and plenty of courses on photography. You could take them online or in person. But this is quite a commitment, and if you're not really interested in this side of things, it could be a step too far. So what other options do you have if you can't go out and do them yourself? Well, the next best way when it comes to custom photos would be to hire a freelancer. You could go somewhere like Upwork or Fiverr, and there will be plenty of people offering their services to go out and take photos. Now they can take the pictures, they have the equipment, and you just pay them a fee for doing so. But the problem is, you haven't really got full control here. You might get something you like, you might not. It's a little bit hit and miss. So what other options do we have? Now the third option, and arguably the best if you don't want to become a photographer, is to use royalty-free images. What this means is you have the rights to use images in any way you want once you've bought those rights or got them from one of the sites that offers these rights for free. There's lots of different places you can go to for this, such as Pixabay or Unsplash, but if you do a search you'll find plenty of other places that can get you the images you want. Now most of these have photos and images in pretty much any niche you care to mention, so there will definitely be something you can use. But just remember, you need high quality. If the photos look rubbish, they won't convert. People will see them as amateur and they won't want to follow through. This is a good time to mention that software that does thousands of pins per minute or hour can work, but that's the quantity mindset, and we want quality. Finding that many great images is going to be difficult, so you need to make sure that you get a happy balance between good images and quality to get the quality targeted traffic, and just throwing a load of pins up and hoping that one of them sticks. It's much better to think about how to use the right images and how to get people to click through to where you want them. Another part of quality is being congruent. This means that everything makes sense to everything else. And you can only really do this when you do quality rather than thousands of them on autopilot. But we'll talk about this more in another video. Now by doing this and making sure they're quality and making sure they're congruent, you can build a very targeted audience, which is much better for conversions. You can turn cold traffic into prospective buyers by showing them something they want to see. But understanding your audience is crucial when it comes to this. You want to think about what your audience is and build yourself an avatar of the perfect person you want to attract. This way you can use this when you're building your images and content and make sure it speaks to them in the way it should. A good way to get used to who your avatar and audience is to see what they're into. And one particularly good way to do this is with magazines. Now you can go and look on the shelves and browse through, or you can go online to magazines.com. On here you can see all the different things that have magazines. This may even give you an idea for what niche to go into. But as we're talking about food, let's stay on that. So let's search for recipes and look at some of the magazines. Now you won't be able to see inside the magazines while you're online, but you can get an idea of the images and see what they have. See what they use in order to attract people to their magazines. Front covers are especially great for this. Obviously they want people to pick this magazine up, so they will have done a lot of research into what makes people grab their magazine based on this image, and that can be put forward into your pins as well. Now a lot of these magazines will also have websites. So if we search for one of them now, we can get an idea of what sort of articles they are doing on their website as well. By using these as a reference, but not stealing obviously, you can see what sort of thing that your niche is into and what they are happy to read. On Pinterest especially, you'll find that there's certain types of content that work better than others. These include best ofs, lists, and top however many's, and they work really well as content. Now you should never forget to add your call to action. Just the image can be nice, but if they aren't being told what it is or what to do next, they can get stuck. They need a little bit more information, but not everything, but we'll go into that in a different video. Remember, it's all about eye candy. They click on an image in Pinterest and then they don't want a wall of text on the next page. Keep them engaged with even more good looking stuff. And you can get ideas on layout, etc. from the websites and the magazines that we've just mentioned. Now in the next video, we'll go through how to attract the right sort of people and how you can get them to follow through into whatever action you want them to.